Well, hi everybody. This is a stay-at-home grandma, and it is Saturday, and I am bringing my knitting today. I am sorry about yesterday, but we had technical difficulties. We were trying to hook up my new printer. It was a nightmare. We got it done, but it was just difficult. That's all. And we had technical help from the HP people, and they couldn't even do it. So I was going to send it back. But then my husband's friend said, nah, you know what? We'll turn everything off and then we'll turn it back on again and we'll see what happens. And he actually got it to run. Okay. So I've got some complaints. Hey moms, how you doing? What's up, girl? Feel like coming in? Shift 5. Feel like coming in, moms? But so he it was like we started at like 5 o'clock, okay? And it would look like it was downloading and then it would go back again and it would look like it was downloading. So I said, well, let me call the company. So I called the company and everything like that. And I have like a deal with them, to partnership with them to fix it. Well, this was a new printer. So, I have a whole thing with them. Anyway, they did it and and it wouldn't go on. So then, like I said, about 7 o'clock, I said, well, I got to go on and stuff like that. And his friend said, now, wait a minute. He said, I think I got it. So he said, let's turn everything off. Let's turn everything back on again. I said, well, let me, type in and tell them, that I'm not coming on and I'll come on tomorrow night, which is now Saturday night. And so he said, okay, because we do have to get this fixed because my husband has a printer, but I have to have a printer for all my different things. Oh, okay. Watch that football. And so, anyway, he got it up, okay, and running. So I'm happy because I have to print out a lot of things. So I live in Delaware City, and we had Delaware City Day, and they just got finished with the fireworks. Okay, I did not leave the house. I had company. My girlfriend Sheila was here. I had company, so when we were gonna go leave the house, and then we just decided, and we don't really want to go. I don't know whether they had the parade or what. I didn't even hear anything because usually the field ground, the parade ground, they start here. Well, they had people out here earlier, but see, this was like this downcast of rain and whatever, and then it was dark, and then it was sunny, and then it was dark, and then it was sunny, then it was raining, and then it was sunny, and then it was dark, and then it was sunny, and then it was raining, and so on and so forth. You get the drift, I'm sure. And so my girlfriend came over, and we just sat and talked and ate and talked. And my girlfriend she's got to be a stand-up comedian because she is so funny when she tells a story. I mean, she just is. She needs to be a stand-up. Needs to be. She's retired too, so she needs to make this her new life. I'll actually be her manager. Because she's funny. I'm cute, but no, even when I tell jokes, but she's hilarious. I mean, she makes you want to fall down on the floor and roll. Okay, but for me to fall down on the floor and roll, okay, would probably be good, except for the fact that I probably couldn't get back up again. So I'm going to leave that alone. But she's hilarious. So anyway, how's everybody doing? I'm doing fine. Like I said, we had Delaware City today. What did I do today? Not a whole lot of things. I did cook a little bit, nothing fancy, and I'm gonna cook tomorrow. Hey, hi, Sheep Spence. How you doing, Sheep Spence? What's up? Um, I did cook today, nothing fancy, just some French fries and some fish sticks, and they were already actually pre-cooked. And so I cleaned up my dishes and stuff like that. But my girlfriend and I just sat around and I laughed. She is, like I said, hilarious. I got to get her on here because she needs to have a comedian show on YouTube because She tells stories of like she has children and everything like I do and stuff like that, and her husband. She tells stories, and yeah, I know how that is. No grands today. No grands today. Probably tomorrow, but no grands today. How many grands you got? She spins. You know, and then two, my youngest, my youngest granddaughter is 17. My youngest great granddaughter is 10. So all of the unless my granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter is the one. Her and her husband have two kids, and one is 14. She just started high school, and one is 10. So unless my granddaughter says hell no to that, so I don't think I'm going to have any more grandchildren, and I'm happy about it. Because like you see spins and stuff like that, I'm done. I'm done, because I helped them when they were going to school and everything like that. My granddaughter and her husband, I helped them by watching the kids when they were going to school and everything like that because daycare is costly. Daycare is costly. And I was home and I was retired. But at this age, at this young and tender age of 75, I like quiet. My husband is downstairs in his room. He's got his television on to what he wants. I'm upstairs in my room. Okay, we've not been sleeping together. I mean, we go together for lunch and stuff like that, and dinner and all that other kind of stuff. But we have our own separate space, and to me, for me, that's good, and for him, that's good. Maybe everybody else, nah. But I have several friends that don't sleep in the same room with their husband anymore. You know, and my husband is a PTSD Vietnam War veteran, so need I say more? So he still has nightmares, and it's been years, but he still has nightmares and sweats and all that other kind of stuff. And so, we just decided that when we want to be together, we'll be together. When we don't, we don't. So, and and at and at first I thought, you know, maybe that's not the right thing for him, but it is. And I'm good. Anyway, moving right along. So, how many Korean kids you got? And Mobs, what's happening with you? What you all making? And does anybody want to come in? I'll put it up again. I put it up the first time, but I'll do it again. So I am. Oh, I'm still working on the green part of the blanket. I worked on it a little bit this week, but for some reason or other, this week has been hectic. Okay, I have had a lot to do this week, so I did not get a chance to do a lot of knitting, and I have to make something. Oh yeah, the blanket that you've been working on that I saw earlier this week, or a new one? Because you crochet fast, okay? And my mother used to like crochet and have it all done. I'd be like, I want to knit, and that's what she taught me. Now I'm going to crochet class this coming Thursday, and I'll tell you all about it. I might even actually see if I can put it online, put it on live. So I might even have it put it on live where I'm learning how to crochet and everybody can laugh at me. Because I'm telling you, but I want to learn. I want to learn how to spin too. So, and for some reason, I got to call this lady because she wanted us to join this group of spinners. And there are knitters and spinners and crocheters and all that kind of fiber art. So we'll see what happens. Oh, it's the same one? That's a beautiful blanket. It is a beautiful blanket. And I'm going to put as soon as I finish this line, I'm going to put my email in so you can email me because I know you wanted to tell me something. So, but it should be in here anyway. So what else have you got? What you got in your cup? I iced tea in a bottle. I made iced tea. It's downstairs, but I'm not going back downstairs to get it. Okay. But after I get off with you all, I've got my shower, I've got my pajama bottoms on, my little sweatshirt, and I'm going to drink my tea, take my pills and everything like that, brush my teeth, try to watch television until it watches me. Okay. So my girlfriend came over today and she was watching television and she was watching something with Joey Saldana in it or something. But I have to tell you what it is, but it looks like it's good, and she's been watching it. I'm gonna have to watch it because I'm still watching Only Murders in the Building. Okay, so let me put my no kids. Mobs, that's always a good thing. Mobs, my emails down there. Email me. Let me show you what I'm drinking. This is some Arizona iced tea. Because I keep my refrigerator stocked with, my morning drink, which is Boost, and of course, okay, prune juice and Boost, and then I have water all the time in there because, like I said, I have dry mouth syndrome. So I'm going to the hospital Tuesday, not hospital, the dentist, but it's like for surgery for your mouth, and they're going to take these. These are not my teeth here, but this tooth here and this tooth here. Well, there's more than that. Three of my teeth broke off, so they're and then one of my teeth broke tooth. One of my teeth broke off back here, and he wanted to cap it and stuff like that. And I'm like, no, because what my doctor's telling me is I have dry mouth syndrome and that I'm going to start losing teeth. And he's like, but you seem to have taken good care of teeth. I said, no, my mother started it and I finished it. But the doctor years ago told me that at some point, if I live to be a certain age, I'm going to start losing teeth and then a lot has to do with the medication that I take now as well. So I have to stay hydrated. So I'm always drinking something. But I wanted some wine tonight, but there was nothing. If we have any, it's packed. And I don't drink that much wine, but every now and then I have a taste for wine. But I'm going to a liquor store tomorrow and get me some wine. And I'm gonna have a glass of wine with dinner tomorrow, I hope. And you know, just to relax, just one glass. So anyway, what else is happening? Any new television shows you watching? Boy, hey Tiffany, how are you? About a half an hour ago, it sounded like a battlefield out there because, like I said, they had all the fireworks going. It's like I said, it's Delaware City Day, Tiffany. So they have fireworks at the end of Delaware City Day every year. And when I got a nice in my other house, I would have to come outside and watch them in the middle of the street. I came up to my top floor window and I'm looking at them in my window and I could actually see because it's over the water. They did it in the water and it was really beautiful. So I have some perks to living in this house right now. I really do. So Tiffany, how's Mike? You need to relax. Tell him I said hello. Um, um, I have four more I'm gonna have to go and get the other yarn that I'm gonna be using for this because I think it's either 4 or 5, and it might be 6. I'm not sure, but 4 more skeins of this yarn, and then I think I'm done with this. Good. He's getting his voice back. That's wonderful. I'm praying for him. Tell him I said so. Yep. So anyway, what's everybody doing? I'm like trying to decide what I'm going to cook for dinner tomorrow, and I really didn't look in the freezer. Winchester. Oh, okay. I haven't heard of that. I forget what the name of this is called. Let me see something. And I forget whether it was on Netflix or what it was. I'm gonna turn my television on. I won't. Hey, Samoan Watchman, how you doing? What's up? Hey, Samoan, are you actually in? Okay, I'm gonna say Samoa, but you know what I'm saying. But don't ding me if I'm wrong because I should know geography, but I haven't really like. I know that there is Samoa, but I know that there are other places where Samoans also reside. I just don't know what their names are. So please tell me. Oh, you're in Los Angeles. Okay. All right. All right. Years ago, I met a girl from Samoa, and what a nice girl. We were in school together, and then she went to another college after that. But I lost track of her. But I remember her as being just a very nice girl. Okay. All right. That was what I was going to ask you because Um, but you're. Let me see how I can ask. Are you Hawaiian or Samoan? Because like there are American Indians, and then there are Indian West Indians, and then there are East Indians. You know what I'm saying? Do you knit or crochet, Samoan? Just asking. In Alaska mostly. Okay. All right. I understand now because I'm one of those people that I like to know. You know, if you're willing to tell me, because lots of people assumes different things and stuff like that, and I don't. I like to ask you right out. Okay, is this and this that? Because I learned something in the community. Okay, so you don't do you do any fiber rod at all? Because if you like it, you should be learning some fiber rod or something like that. Because there's not just knitting and crocheting. There's spinning. There's looming. There's all kinds of fiber rod. you know and I go to YouTube University every day, and I see so many things and so many beautiful things, of which all of it I'm not going to make, but I like watching it like you learn a lot from looking at other people and what they do and stuff like that. I do mostly knitting. He is. He really is. He really is. And the thing is, okay, um, it's nice to have men come in and be part of the community. You know what I mean? Because for years before even YouTube and stuff like that, there were no men. You would knit a sweater for him. Oh, okay. No, you're not. No, you're not. It's nice because a lot of men, we would knit sweaters for them and stuff like that. Oh, these are gorgeous. Oh, these are beautiful, or whatever. But it was not. But not anybody who would actually admit to. But recently, in recent years, and in fact, about 3 weeks ago, I was sitting in my dentist's office and I was knitting, and there was a man saying, "I crochet," and I'm like, you know what I mean? Okay, because you got to remember how old I am. Okay, so the men that I knew, if they did it, they didn't tell us. You know what I mean? Because they would get picked on, hella picked on at school. So even those men that did sewing and stuff like that, they would say, "Well, I'm a tailor," and stuff like that. Yeah, well, okay. So what's anybody cooking anything for dinner tomorrow? I don't know what to cook because, like I said, I didn't take anything out. Now let me tell you what I was leaning towards because I have some frozen. Okay, yeah, my mom knitted and crocheted too, so yeah, it does have a special place. I'm glad that I asked her to teach me how to knit. I should have learned how to crochet, but I'm learning now. But because there's this like it's like this place where my mother's been dead for quite some time, 40 something years, and it's this like this place where I'm close to her and near her when I'm crocheting. I mean, when I'm knitting. Yeah, I have her sweater. The last thing that she made about a year before she died, she actually made it for another woman, and the woman never claimed it. So, oh, okay. So he's feeling good then, Mops, huh? Yeah, but when the woman never called me and said something, I just took the fur piece off, and I had it on the other day. I keep it, because that's the last thing that she made. So I understand because I made all of my granddaughters blankets to keep, to hopefully keep and remember me by. And then my daughter said to me, "Well, we don't have blankets." I said, "Well, you had blankets years ago." And one of my daughters says, "Well, I don't even know what that blanket is." And I'm like, "Well, come on." Yeah, that's awesome. It is awesome. Men are actually getting different, and men have always cooked though. I mean, some of the best cooks, because I watch chefs every day. I watch Bobby Flay. I watch um, Emerald. I watch everybody. I've been watching cooks on the television since I was a little girl when there weren't that many. I watched Julia Child. The French Chef. I watched um, I watched everybody because I love to cook. Um, and the thing is, I'm thinking that I'm going to go to the school that I used to teach in because they have culinary. I'm not taking culinary. I'm not going to go get a degree in it, but I'm going to hopefully next semester take baking courses and get a baking certificate. And I think that that's like a 1 year. I don't even think it's 1 year. I don't know what it is, but I'm talking to one of the teachers there and stuff like that because I really want to learn how to bake properly. You know what I mean? That was one of my mother baked. She sewed. She did everything, and she did it well. Okay, but for me, cooking is through a cookbook mostly. Um, baking. Well, one particular time, Duncan Hines asked me not to use their cake mix anymore. Yeah, really, really, Mox, that's true. Because my son used to love to cook. He started cooking when he was about 6 years old. He used to come in the kitchen and watch me from about 4 till about 6. And then he would make breakfast. I taught him how to make breakfast first, and then I taught him how to do other things. Oh, yeah, but experimenting is good because I experiment when I cook. Some are good, some not so good. But that's, I have some friends, and I have a friend of mine's daughter. In fact, my friend that was here earlier tonight, she's a chef. She was a chef. She's retired. And she's thinking about going and teaching and stuff like that. And she's a chef, and she said that every chef has experiment with something and it's gone wrong, and sometimes it goes right. So keep on doing it. Some people just don't appreciate change. You know what I mean? They think that you know life is supposed to be one way, and it don't happen like that at all. But my friend's daughter, she's a chef. She's in fact she's gonna come on in a few weeks, and we did pasta together, and she's gonna do it with me again. Because the more you practice, the better you become. And we're gonna do it all live on YouTube. I'm just waiting for her to get a day off because she's so busy. But hey, experiment. That's how you learn things. I'm actually getting ready to. Well, I'm writing the cookbook, but I haven't decided. I'm going to put it on Amazon, and I'm going to put it for the Kindle and stuff like that. I wrote two books, but they were technical the herb books. So you know what I mean. But I'm getting into writing for the Kindle now. But I love watching people experiment with things. But it's just it's nice to have people that want to experiment and do different things. That's how things get made, by experimenting. When I think of when like lights and things like that, and heat and all that other kind of stuff. Somebody had to experiment with something, and now we have lights. Somebody had to experiment. We have heat. It went from. I'm gonna tell you something, okay, Simone. The 50s, because I have all my mother's cook, well, not all of them because I misplaced some of them somehow. But the 50s cookbooks are really basic, but from that basic recipe, you can build. You can actually build something because I can't say that their food was bland because as I've been looking at some of the cookbooks, it wasn't. They called for different herbs and things like that. Maybe not the vast herbs that we have now because people have opened up and found out that herbs are also for cooking and not just medicinal purposes. So, but they did salt, pepper, maybe basil, something like that. So you can build from, because I have built some good, and I've written them down, a couple of good dishes from those 50s cookbooks. I have Fanny Farmer cookbook, that my first cookbook that my mother gave me when I got married. And I've made some nice things out of, and I've also made some dumb things too. But you know what I mean. You learn from that. But those cookbooks are are amazing, and some of the things that they have in there, they only got like two ingredients, maybe three. Right now, I'm into like one pot meals, so I'm trying to put one or two pots, you know. but one of those meals that takes maybe a half an hour because, and I had to really get like that because I worked and I went to school and I had to come home. I had to feed my kids because their father and I got a divorce when we were quite young, when they were quite young. And so it was coming home and feeding my kids. And, hey, all things priceless, how are you? What's up? Glad to see you. And my mother was there, but my mother was also sick, so she couldn't cook for them. So I cooked for her and the two children. Okay. And so I had to think of meals and stuff like that. And I used to talk to my mother all the time. What can I do that can be done right away? So then she got me into preparing like different meats and things like that like at the beginning of the week, Sunday, you know, where all I had to do was do the mashed potatoes and stuff like that. And that's how I got into making. I'm doing good. I'm doing very well, thank you. I'm sorry again for everybody for last night, but like I said, we had technical difficulties that we had to straighten out with this daggone printer, and we got it straightened out. Well, he got it straightened out because I was like, I was going to send the printer back, but hey. But cooking to me is relaxing, and I don't want it to be stressful. So, that's why, I play around and do things and look up things and stuff like that and make little meals out of one pot, maybe two, because, and like I said, that even though now it's mostly, most of the time, at least 5 days out of the week, maybe six, it's him and I still don't want to cook all day. I love cooking all day for the holidays. I'll start 2 or 3 days and start cooking. In fact, we've been talking about, my girlfriend and I were talking about that today, what she's going to do, what my other friend is going to do with her two daughters. And because I'm thinking that we might go back to our house around the 1st of December, because it doesn't look like we're going to get in there in November. And even if we do, we're not leaving going from there to Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving is when I do most of my cooking and stuff like that. And I usually start. My mother started like 2 weeks ahead of time and froze like the pies and all that kind of stuff. But I start about 3-4 days ahead of time. But and Christmas we have like the night before Christmas, and then we go. Everybody goes and stays home because I believe that everybody should, the kids should be home for Christmas Day. Okay, we'll put this in just in case anybody wants to come in. Everybody stays home for Christmas Day, because no kid, because I didn't, no kid wants to be someplace else on Christmas Day. So, I started letting them come over Christmas Eve and open up their presents and stuff like that. And when we have we have like pie, things like that I made and stuff like that. And then everybody goes home. They're usually home by 9 o'clock. And then I get a shower or something, brush my teeth, and I go to bed. And I wait for Santa Claus. And I wait for Santa Claus. And I wait for Santa Claus. And then I go to sleep. So priceless. Yeah, I have been trying to come in. I've been trying to do your night thing, and I go in for a little while, and then I gotta go to bed because I usually go to bed about 10 o'clock. I don't go to sleep right away, but I'm in bed by 10 o'clock, and I watch the television for a little while, and then the television watches me. What can you do? So how's everything with you, Priceless, and everything? What you been doing? You don't believe in Santa? No Santa? Now, I've been waiting for Santa all my life, and he has not come down my chimney. Now, in the first house that my mother and father had, there was no chimney, so I figured maybe he would knock on the door. On the second house that my mother and father had, and then, well, I can't say my father had it because he was dead, so my mother bought it around the corner. We made this big move around the corner. But she couldn't stay in the house because my father died in the house. Story for another time. And we had chimneys everywhere because we had fireplaces everywhere. Okay, still no Santa. Every house that I had, okay, had a fireplace or a chimney at least, okay? No Santa. I don't know what to do. I'm frustrated because he just doesn't want to come to me. Doesn't want to come to my house. Yet there's always presents under the tree for me. Although we don't have a tree anymore because we went from a big tree since we were in the house here. We went from a big, well, even before, we went from a big tree to a little miniature size tree to a tree on the table. And about, I think, 2 Christmases ago, maybe three, one of my granddaughters says, I said to my granddaughter, we're going to take the tree out and decorate it and stuff like that. And my two middle grandchildren said, nah, we'll just do some lights and stuff like that in the house. So I gave the tree away to somebody. Okay, and I haven't had a tree since. But we do have decorations and everything like that. You know, we do deck the fireplace a little bit and all that kind of stuff. But it didn't make me mad at all. But I still say, okay, Santa needs, somebody really came down that chimney. That one over there, which they actually, in this particular house, they actually covered the chimneys up completely. Now, in the other two military houses, these were military houses. In the other two military houses, because then they have new houses as well over here now, um, they left the chimney and the fireplaces in and put in gas fireplaces. I'm wondering why we don't have gas fireplaces over there, but it's not my house. I'm just here until my house gets fixed. All right, honey. Thank you for coming in, though. I'll see you again. I know it's a time difference there. I know it's a time difference there. But we'll see you again. Love you. Anyway, so, I'm wondering why they didn't put gas things here where the brick is there. But, like I said, it's not my house. Um, and part of me wants to go back to my house, but the other part of me likes this house, except for the stairs. But I walk them. I walk up and down the stairs at least 2 or 3 times a day. So let me take something to drink. So what's everybody doing for? Okay, so yeah, for Thanksgiving. Has anybody thought about anything? Because I'm like this whole. Let me say this. I'm just really shocked because this year has gone by so fast, but September just went by like whip whip, and I'm like, and I'm in like this is the 7th of October already, and this week has gone by like you know what I mean. So I guess we have to get ready to start making our Christmas presents and thinking of all that other kind of stuff. I don't celebrate Halloween, but yeah, I don't plan to celebrate Halloween. My father and my mother did not let me go trick or treating or anything like that. When the church started having things with the kids and stuff like that, they let me go over there. Oh, really? You make half moon pies? So, okay, I know what turkey tails are, but what's a half moon pie? That sounds good. We got to exchange some recipes. You know what I'm saying? Because that's half moon pie sounds like it's intriguing. What's in it? How do if you want to tell me? Turkey tails I know about. I know about the turkey tails because I take the turkey tails and put them in my beans. And in fact, I think that's what I'm going to do is make me some bean soup tomorrow. And I take turkey tails. I do all kinds of things with turkey tails. So next time when you come on, Samoan, you're gonna come up and you're gonna show me some of the stuff that you make. Okay, all right, that sounds good. I like pineapples. Okay, I'm just starting to make custard again. I hadn't made custard. Oh my God, since my kids were little. And my oldest kid is 50. Let me see, 56, 50, and I don't know. She's either 56 or 57, and my other daughter is either 55 or 56. Don't ask. My son would have been, no, yeah, my son would have been 54, or no, because he would have been 53, I believe, because his sisters, one sister is 3 years older, and one sister is four. Really? Well, I hope you come up and just show us what you make. I'd like to see that. It interests me what people do besides just me. You know what I mean? And it's nice because it gives everybody an idea of who you are and what you're doing and everything like that. But if you don't, I still like the fact that you're here. I really do. And I like mobs and I like all things. And she spins was here. I think she had to. I don't know if she's still here or not. She spins. Are you still here? She was taking care of her grandson. I know what that's like. That's a job in and of itself. And the funny thing about it is they demand their grandmother's presence. They demand sometimes more of their grandmother's presence than they do their mom's presence. Watch the G monsters. I never. I'm glad you found us, the G monsters. Well, I never thought about that, but that's well, I can't call them G monsters now because they don't monster me like that. But the the three grandchildren, believe it or not, they have two brothers, but they're their stepbrothers, and we all got along and stuff like that. I never really had a hard time with them, but the great grandchildren, well, no, the oldest great granddaughter, sweet as she is, she's not a handful. You know, what I mean, she's not. No, she kind of sort of tried to disrespect me, and I called her in on it. But she what is she? She's extra. Okay. In fact, my girlfriend has that was here today. She has a granddaughter that is 13 and Angel is 14, and they both run track for the schools. So I'm going to try to introduce them, see if they gel and everything like that. But Angel's extra. Let's just put it like that. Her sister, nah, she's just cool. I get along with Angel, but and we do, but like I said, she's just extra. You know what I mean? She just you know. But then, like my youngest, the youngest grandchild, the great grandchild Ari, she's funny. Hey, upbringing, how you doing? Every day, not a day, a day. Um, like I said, she's extra, but she She just makes me laugh, you know, because she just went to her first homecoming this year because this is her first year of high school, and I asked her how it was, and she said, "Well, she said the thing that I can tell you is it's not like middle school." And I said, "Nothing will be like middle school ever again." And if you meet somebody along the way in high school that acts like they're in middle school, walk away. Walk away. Each year will the most of the kids will get more serious and more adult like and more, but yeah, she's funny. She's funny. How you doing? I bring it. What's up? You coming on? It's up there if you want to come on. I just put it up again. So if you want to come on, just come on. We'll have a talk till I start to get tired. I'm noticing too that, and I do attribute that to the stroke, that my voice gets tired after a while, and but again, he said that I was never going to talk again, and I'm like, okay, fine. Some doctors have no bedside manner because my husband said to him, "Yeah, well, you don't know my wife." So, you know, but I'm talking, and I'm happy to be talking. So I bring it. What we having for dinner tomorrow? And she spins, what we having for dinner tomorrow? And also, we were talking about I bring it uh, the plans for Thanksgiving and stuff like that. Because it is October. It may seem like we're still in July mentally, but we're in October. And I think that all of us are in shock because this year has gone by immensely fast. And I guess the thing is, it's just like my mother said, after about 30, it's downhill on a slide. I'm really not really sure. I'm going to have to be kind of sure in the next week or two because, hey, Rochelle, how you doing? What's up? How you been? I'm going to have to be kind of sure in the next couple of weeks because I have to get because I have not, I've had all the family, but I was going to have some company. So, you know what I mean? I have to decide who can eat what because I have a granddaughter that's allergic to the earth, period. So I've got to prepare food for her differently. And then, like my friend Sheila, she was here today. She's a chef. And then my friend Mill, she's also, her and her two daughters, which her daughter was a chef also, and stuff like that. And she just bought a house and moved into her house. So she's not going to be able to cook. You know what I mean? It's going to be really hard. So, I'm going to talk to her this probably Monday. And you've been sewing all day. What you making, Rochelle? What are you making? I'm going to start sewing all day. I got my machine. I think I bring it. I think all things is gone. I'm gonna put it up again if anybody wants to come in. She's all things is in England, so it was like 1 o'clock, 1:30 there or something like that. So she was going to bed. But so it's up there, Rochelle, if you want to come in. So what you making, Rochelle? Tell me, because I'm sure it's something gorgeous. Kelly, what are you working on? Because I know you're working on something beautiful too. Because I know Mobs is still making that blanket. So Kelly, what you working on this week? I'm still working on the blanket. Well, these are the squares for the blanket. I'm going to probably hats, pillows, and bags and purse organizers. Oh, those like gifts and things like that for people, or because it just occurred to me today, a Star Wars headpiece. My son would have loved you, okay, because he took me to the first Star Wars, the first Star Wars movie, and then he took me to the second one and told me this is this and this is that and everything like that, and I listened to him. And I still to this day don't know what he's talking about. But I went, and I'm glad I went. I had fun with him. But yeah. So everybody, I think I'm gonna make what is it, 15 bean soup tomorrow and put some turkey tails in it. But I still don't. I'm trying to decide whether I bought some things that were like partially frozen, well frozen, and I bought some General Tso's, so I might make the General Tso's tomorrow, so I won't have to cook long. If I do, I'll come on and stuff like that. But it's frozen, but I'll do the beans and everything like that and season that and talk to you all tomorrow. And then but I think that I'm going to do the General Tso's unless somebody has some other ideas for me, because I think I have hamburger. I have all kinds of things in there. I just didn't look in the freezer today. I didn't, you know. But I'm getting so that I'm liking Taco Tuesday. Okay, who knew that I would actually like hamburger like that? I mean, you can do tacos in all kinds of ways. You can do fish tacos and everything like that. But I was never like a hamburger girl. Girl, I like steak every now and then. But for some reason or other, I'm liking this taco different thing, and so I'm taking it all kinds of ways. I'm taking it all kinds of ways, all kinds of levels. Okay, because even my husband said, "Well, that shocked the heck out of me." What the heck? Oh, here it is. I was trying to find out what that movie was I was telling you all about. That my girlfriend came in today and said, I want to watch something. And I'm like, okay, because I was taking a shower and stuff like that. And she was talking to my husband, and then, oh, is that it? Yeah, The Lioness. That's what it is. It's on Paramount, and it's The Lioness. And I actually got into the middle of it, but I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning and see it. It's got, it doesn't say here, all episodes. So let's see what it doesn't say who the actors and actresses are, but I think that this girl's name is either Joey or Jody Saldana. What do you mean by your phones are nonstop? Hey, House of Entertainment, how you doing? What's up? Now, what do you mean phones nonstop till the last minute, Simone? People calling you, harassing you? Tell them I said not to do that if they're harassing you, okay? And how you doing, House of Entertainment? I am going to be taking your book next week and reading a couple of excerpts. Okay, we know when I'm getting tired. Okay, excerpts on it next week. I haven't decided which day yet, but I'm going to be doing that. Of course, it'll probably be Wednesday because I do my herbal. I'm doing my herbal talk on Wednesday, so I might read a little bit of that before we go, like, a nightcap before we go. Oh, oh, I get it. Okay, yeah, yeah. We were talking today because I was at school. I was a therapist, and then I got in as a school counselor, and I actually miss it a little bit, but just a little bit, just a teeny wee bit. But I've been retired. I've been retired from that for so many years. I think 11 years. Nope, only just a little bit. Only just a little bit. I'm not telling the whole thing. I was going to do 2 chapters, and I decided I'm going to pick one chapter and read just a little bit of that chapter because that gets people tantalized and they'll want to buy it. And whether you know it or not, I'm good at selling things. Although I was never a sales girl, but I'm good at selling things, and it will make somebody intrigued and want to know more. And then I'm going to put, good night, honey. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite, but if they do, bite them back. That's what I used to tell my grandchildren. Good night, Bobs. Love you. Um, but I'm only going to read a couple of lines and stuff like that. And I said, if you really want to know, then here's the email and stuff like that. Email him and get his book. And I hope you'll do the same when I bring out my cookbook. We have to take care of one another. We have to watch each other's backs and everything like that and help each other get along in this life. We have to help each other get along in this life. If we don't, and it isn't out, it's not about money or any of that. It's about support, and love for one another and stuff like that, and just trying our best to do what we can for each other, you know, that's important. It's always been important to me. Um, my mother used to say, you're just a funny little girl because you always want to help somebody. And my mother used to get upset because she said, everybody doesn't want to help you. And I said, well, yeah, I know that. You know what I mean? And you know that, yeah, you feed people and everything like that. So, you know, she said, I know that too. But sometimes it's disappointing. And I said, of course it's going to be disappointing. It's going to have tears in your eyes about something. And you taught me that, but you do the best that you can. And that's why I love this community. Okay, we may never meet. We may meet, I mean, we may have, you know, lunch together or something like that as you're passing through Delaware, or I doubt seriously that I'll be passing through Texas or Florida or any of those places anymore because I can't fly. I would love to come to California because I have a lot of cousins there, but I can't fly because my feet swell. So until they get that under control and stuff like that, that's not even on my playlist. I mean, the best that I can do is maybe take a plane to New York or to Boston, where I'm from originally is Boston, Massachusetts, and stuff like that. I can't even drive for long periods of time, or ride in a car for long periods of time without getting out and walk. But at least in a car, I can get out and walk. So two of my friends are saying that they're going to drive to Massachusetts. We were going to do it this September, but one of my girlfriends, like I said, she just bought a house, another house, and so she's getting in her house and trying to get things settled and everything like that. So we're going to go in the spring, I believe. And by the way, there's some cruise that is a crafters cruise. Has anybody heard of that yet? Because I've heard of it. I just have to find out where it is. Because let me tell you, I'm not afraid of water. you know. But I've gone on weekend cruises twice, and I really didn't like them all that much. But I'm really thinking about this crafters cruise. My thing is, don't have me go on this crafters cruise if I go, okay? And you're gonna bring me little kids things to craft, because then I'm gonna be very upset. And it's gonna be like 5 days or something like that, and then I'm gonna be in the water and be upset and not be able to go home. So I really want to know what you all are doing on this crafters cruise. You know, but one of my friends and I were thinking about it, and I was telling my husband about it, and he said, "Well, that might be nice for you," you know, because I really don't want to go on a cruise. I don't like to go off the ship or anything like that. I've been to the Bahamas, I've been to Bermuda, I've been to Puerto Rico, I've been to, I want to say, Jamaica, I've been to Aruba, I've been to California, stuff like that. And I really don't, because my father was in the military, so we traveled. I don't remember, but I was, because I was a baby. But then my husband was my first husband was in the military, and I traveled. I, I have moved a lot in my life, on my younger life. And then we got our house, our first house, and we settled there. And then we got our second house, okay? And then we moved again because he worked for Eastern Airlines until Eastern Airlines left. And so we moved there. And I mean, once I moved back home to my mom's house, when I divorced their father, I didn't want to move anymore. And I didn't, okay, until when my mother died and stuff like that, and I decided I'm selling the houses and everything like that, and I'm going to go someplace else and live and try something. I came back to Delaware because I had lived here with my first husband, and when I bought the house that had the fire, um, I've been living in the house for about 35 years now. Okay, so I don't, and so I don't like moving. You know, um, when I got into when that we got this house, I was like, okay, this is really nice and stuff like that, but this is temporary. Okay, and I just went back into my house last week to look at it because they're fixing it up and everything like that. And what I realized, okay, because I was kind of upset about just moving. I mean, nobody wants change in their life when they get a certain age. But what I realized was that that house is really the little things that we were going to do, because we had just had the roof put on. Okay. And then they tore it all up. Well, they repaired it. The insurance company repaired it, but it's painted and everything like that. And the floors are all done and everything like that. And there's new carpeting, which we didn't need the new carpeting, but you know, there's new carpeting going down, everything like that. And I really had to say, you know what, God, I think I really realized why we did that in spite of the fire. It's not like he set the fire or anything like that. But sometimes, all the time, when you step into some kind of chaos, God settles it and brings you back into perfection. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm at this point. So I'm not mad. I was never mad in the first place because nobody got hurt. You know what I mean? Nobody died, nobody got hurt, and everything like that. And that God just works wonders. He does. You know. But anyway, enough said. I think that I'm going to go get myself um, my medication, and I think that I am going to get ready for bed and everything like that. And I thank you all for coming. Barbara, thank you. Well, she's gone anyway. And House of Entertainment, we got to talk. And I will come by because I missed you again. I didn't go to sleep this time. I just completely missed you again. Okay. I catch up. Okay. But I like to sometimes come on too, like you do. Yeah. So I'm going to go to bed. Well, I got to do a few things, brush my teeth and all that, take my medication and all that. And so, yeah, you have a great evening too, Rochelle. Thanks for coming by. You're always there. I love you all. Take care. God bless. Stay safe. Samoan, goodbye. And then God bless and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the night. And I will talk to you all later. Love you. Take care. God bless. Stay safe. Hold your family close. Bye bye. See you in the next video. God willing, and the creek don't rise.